Okay, so I'm going to be showing you guys how to make configs, and if you don't know what a config is, I recommend looking it up or asking a server owner, because the only way that I can really think of how to describe it is you can choose what you want enabled, disabled, you can change settings of the plugin, all that stuff. Okay, so first we got to get this to load the plugin, or load the config. So get config dot options dot copy defaults true, and then we'll save the config. Okay, so now we gotta make the config.yml. So you click the source, new file, config.yml, finish. You can just close that, drag it into there, and we'll just go default config version 1 or 0.1. Okay, so as you noticed, I set one of those. Those pretty much mean it's a comment. So anything behind those, the plugin won't pick up, but you will see, as long as they're in the first 4 lines, I believe. So I can go like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, and we'll just do 5 just in case. So you probably won't see those two once the config's all loaded. Okay, so now for what I'll show you guys how to use the config for. So we're going to be using it for placing TNT. Okay, so as you guys probably remember from the last tutorial, I think it was the last one, but we blocked TNT placement if the player did not have that. Okay, so we gotta go if plugin dot get config dot get boolean, and we'll go block TNT. And if that is true, then it'll worry about the stuff in here. So now we gotta go block TNT false. Okay. So a boolean is true or false. So I'll just show you guys this. Get config dot get. Okay. So booleans are like true and false. You can pretty much decide which one you want. Then integers are numbers. Lists, I'll probably show you guys in a later tutorial, like how to make a list, how to use it, how to get everything on the list and all that. And then there's strings. So strings are, I can just go like this. Name, so then it'll get that name. Okay, but I don't need that for that, so I can just remove that. Move that. Save. Okay, and we'll go export. Test plugin. Okay. Let the server load up. Okay. Localhost. Yeah, I was playing around with some TNT a bit ago. Okay. So because block TNT is on false, it's not worrying about. Actually, am I off? Just to make sure. Okay. What's in the config? Okay, so I was playing around with this earlier, so we'll just set it to false as how you guys would have it. I'll go reload. Okay, so now I can place TNT. But then, if I go into the config and change false to true, save it, reload the server, it'll block TNT. Okay, but if a server has a lot of plugins, they're probably not going to want to reload just for one plugin. So, I'll show you guys how to make a plugin that'll reload the config, or a command to reload the config. Okay, so else if cmd.getName, how do I always put a capital A, dot equals, ignore case, config. And then we're just gonna go reload, config, and done. We'll also save the config. Okay, so now in the plugin.yml, you'll have to add it. Okay, yeah, like I said, I was kind of messing around, making sure it would work before I'd show you guys. Okay, so config reloads the config. That's the permission node, and that's the message if you don't have permission. So we'll save that and export. We'll reload. Okay. So, still blocking TNT. We'll go to this, change this to false. And in here, we can just go config. Oh, what's that? Oh, okay. So I'll have to off player, and I can go config, and I can de-off player, and now I can place it. What that error was is I was trying to, for Bukkit still hasn't sorted it out, like determining what's player and what's server. So, not sure if I showed you guys that. Well, there's an idea for the next tutorial. Determining if the command sender is the player or the server. Okay, so that's pretty much how to use configs. Yes, I know I did a very vague explanation, but hopefully you guys will understand, and if not, post in the comments, ask questions, and I'll try my best to answer. See ya.